already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They say you switch you.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is from a few moments ago. This crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, 55, eat. Watch the run. They're running.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
19. Mike, 45. Hey, defense. Hey, 31. Check 49. Let him live. Joker.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. On second and 9. Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. 4th down now after a loss of 2. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 89 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. On 3rd down, Miller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They're going for it. It's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And a short gain down to about the 33. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Ryan. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. First down, Falcons. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Down, get ready, 25.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 44 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 13-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now it's Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 4, check 4.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Watson. And he's going to go down again. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Texans 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
First and 10.
19. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. 4 down, 4 down. Jim.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wide open receiver complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam, slam, slam.
A give, the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes it...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this will be a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. You ready? You ready? You ready? Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Freeman again. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Caught by Sanu. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Back 25. Check back, check back.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. On 2nd and 12, Watson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson, flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and run for it with Miller. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Watson now to throw. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down, and the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Ryan. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Ready, we're ready. We're ready. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now it's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vic Beasley, his 2nd sack of the night. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing now, Watson, the quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 3, check 3.
They'll try with Ferguson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans push further out in front.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulate.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Reed, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. and that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems.
You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Ladies and gentlemen,